Storytime Rex, he loves the kids everywhere. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex, he believes in you 'cause he cares. When you come home from school and you wanna play with friends, Rex will show you how all the time. Fishing with your dad or cooking with your mom, these things are fun for boys and girls. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex, he says the answer is to love. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex, learning is the key to be free. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex.
Hi! Welcome to another edition of Storytime Rex, boys and girls. Today we're going to visit a fire station. We're going to tour the area and talk to a few firefighters. So why don't you come and enjoy the trip? We're with Firefighter Mark. Firefighter Mark, what got you interested in being a firefighter?
Well, I've been on the fire department 12 years, and how I got interested in joining the fire service was that originally I had thought about applying either with the fire department or with the police department or the ambulance service, and the emergency service field interested me, and I applied at the fire department and got on.
How long have you been a firefighter?
I've been with the Cornwall Fire Department 12 years.
Have you had any scary experiences?
Well, I've had a few scary experiences. Like I say, I've been on 12 years. And without going into detail, a few of them, I've encountered a few experiences where it got a little scary.
Do you remember your first fire?
Yes, I do remember my first fire. My first fire was a garbage fire. There was a garbage can on the Pitt Street Mall that some youngsters had set fire to, and that was my first call as a firefighter.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Sparky Toy Drive?
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about the Sparky's Toy Drive. Firefighters over the years have been involved in various activities throughout the community, and one of the areas that we do is the Sparky's Toy Drive. And every year at Christmas time, the firefighters collect new or good used toys, and we distribute them throughout the community to families that are in need.
Well, thank you very much, Firefighter Mark.
You're welcome.
We're here with Firefighter Rob. What got you interested in being a firefighter?
Well, ever since I've been a little fella, I've always wanted to be a firefighter. It's a job for public service where you help people and you do good things for the community, so I've always wanted to be a firefighter.
How long have you been a firefighter?
Oh, I've been a firefighter for a little over 3 years, so I'm not quite yet a first class. It takes 4 years to become a first class firefighter, so another year to go before I reach first class.
Have you had any scary experiences?
Yes, a couple. The scariest are whenever little kids get hurt, and I hate to see that happen.
Do you remember your first fire?
Yes, that was a chimney fire up on 5th Street. It wasn't too bad, but it was a nice way to break into the firefighting service.
Do you have to go to school to become a firefighter?
Once you get hired, you have to go to the Ontario Fire College, and it's an 8-week course for all new recruits. And after you've completed your 8-week course, then you have courses that you go to afterwards, a couple weeks at a time. It's totally a learning experience. We even have classes during the day right here, just like you kids at home or at school.
Well, thank you very much, Firefighter Rob.
Oh, you're welcome, Raccoon Rex.
We're with Firefighter Brian. What got you interested in being a firefighter?
Well, the job itself is a very demanding job, and I got a pretty good size, and my size helps me, and I just like to help kids and people in need, and I thought it'd be a very demanding job, and where you get to use your head a little bit, and I just like the physical aspect of it. It's a lot of fun.
How long have you been a firefighter?
It'll be about 3 years in June, and it goes by very quick. There's always something to learn, so time goes by really quick.
Did you always want to be a firefighter?
Well, not when I was growing up, but in the last few years I was really interested in the job.
Did you have any scary experiences?
Yes, as a matter of fact, our whole shift had a very bad fire about 6 months ago. And that was a result of a home not having smoke detectors. So any of you kids out there, you can tell your parents to check your smoke detectors and stuff like that, because we lost a couple of kids because of that. So it's no fun.
Do you remember your first fire?
Well, my first fire was when I was in fire college in Gravenhurst, and it was quite the learning experience, that's for sure. You don't forget that one. But the first one in real life, yes, that was, you never forget that one. And the one where we lost the 2 kids, that was the first big one. So.
What do you do when you're not a firefighter?
Myself? Well, I like to keep myself in pretty good shape, play a lot of sports, lots of reading, and just be ready whenever we get the big call.
Well, thank you very much, Firefighter Brian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rex will show you how all the time. Fishing with your dad or cooking with your mom. These things are fun for boys and girls. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. He says the answer is to love. Storytime Rex.
It's by Mercer Mayer. Mom took me to the dentist. She said I needed a checkup. I didn't need a checkup. My teeth were just fine, but we went anyway. At the dentist's office, we met the nurse. She gave us a great big smile. I think she was trying to show off her teeth. The dentist wasn't ready to see me, so we sat in the waiting room. Other kids were there too. One of the bigger kids had wires all over her teeth. Mom said they were braces. I thought they were neat. I hoped I would get braces. We had to wait a long time, but there were toys to play with and books to read. When it was my turn, the nurse came to get me. I had to see the dentist all by myself, but I didn't mind too much. We went into a really weird room. It looked like a spaceship. I sat in a funny chair. It was called a dentist chair. The nurse put a bib on me. Then the nurse said that she was going to clean my teeth. It tickled a lot. She told me to spit in the sink. No grown-up had ever asked me to spit before. That was cool. Next, she took pictures of my teeth. They were called X-rays, just like Super Critter's X-ray vision. Then the dentist came in. He looked inside my mouth with a little mirror on a stick. The pictures of my teeth were ready, so the dentist called in my mom, and we all looked at the pictures of my teeth. The dentist said I had one cavity and that he could fix it right then. They put me back in the dentist chair. The dentist told me he was going to give me something so I wouldn't feel anything. I closed my eyes real tight and counted to 10. Before I knew it, the dentist said it was all over. I hardly felt anything. Yuck. Then my mouth went numb. It was weird. I couldn't feel my tongue. Then the dentist said he was going to drill a hole in my tooth and clean out my cavity. There was a lot of noise in my mouth, but it didn't hurt. When the dentist finished, he sent me out to my mom. The nurse gave me a lollipop for free. You know, going to the dentist wasn't so bad. It just made me tired.
We're now talking to Firefighter Ron. What got you interested in being a firefighter?
Well, I like to help the people, and we do a lot of activities after work, like muscular dystrophy drives and snowsuit funds and toy drives in the winter, and I like to help out with that.
Have you had any scary experiences?
Well, as firefighter Brian said, our whole shift was on for the Fave Street fire, and I was on for another fire where it was pretty scary inside because I wasn't quite sure where I was and I couldn't see. And there was fire all around me.
Do you remember your first fire?
Yes, I do. It was a car fire on Power Dam Drive near the 401. And you could see the light in the sky when we came up the road.
Without the special clothing you wear, does it get hot in it?
It gets hot from your body, but the fire heat really doesn't go through it a lot. It's pretty good.
Well, thank you very much, firefighter.
You're welcome.
We're now with Lieutenant Reggie. What got you interested in being a firefighter?
I think as children, we all at one time or another are interested in the fire service. We all see the firefighters carrying little kids out of fires and everything, and it brings everyone to mind that at one time or another we'd like to be in that position to be able to see how we'd operate and how things would go.
How long have you been a firefighter?
I've been a firefighter for 18 years now.
Did you always want to be a firefighter?
I think as children, most of your male little fellas at one time or another all dream of being a firefighter, and I'm no different than anybody else, and I was very thankful to get the opportunity to come in this line of work, and I'm enjoying it very much.
Did you have any scary experiences?
With the heat and the black smoke that's generated from all fires, there's many experiences that we all have through our course of our careers, and some a little bit more drastic than others, and we try and deal with them all.
Do you remember your first fire?
My first fire was at a school where we had just got on a bunch of us rookies, and the chief then, by the name of Luke Courier, had taken us into a school with no masks on to get us to appreciate the heat generated from a fire and the black smoke, and whenever the black smoke's in front of your face, you cannot see this far.
I was watching TV and I saw a firefighter go down a pool. That looks really fun. Do you guys have a pool to slide down?
With the modern facilities that we have today, we try and get the whole operation on the one level so as not to have any risks or accidents coming down the poles. So most of our apparatus and everything is all on one level today.
And now I'm talking to Captain Jack. What got you interested in being a firefighter?
Well, all my life I've been amazed by the fire trucks, and as a child I used to follow the fire trucks around, and was a keen interest in the fire itself, just a flame, like all children, I believe. So that's where it started.
How long have you been a firefighter?
28 years. This month, as a matter of fact.
Have you had any scary experiences?
Oh, I believe, like most of the guys here, we've all had our share of scary experience. If it's not falling down the stairs or going through an attic or being left alone in the smoke, it's always scary.
Do you remember your first fire?
I'm afraid not. There's been too many.
How many people worked at the fire station?
At the station, at the fire hall, for the fire department, we have 53 people.
And are they all firefighters?
Not all firefighters. We have a mechanic looks after our vehicle, and we have 3 fire prevention officers. They look after the bylaws regarding fire safety. They help us promote fire safety in the school. We also have a secretary. She does all the office work, and the fire chief and the deputy chief.
Well, thank you very much, Captain Jack.
You're welcome, Rex.
Here are some of the clothing the firefighters wear when they're at a fire. Here's their big boots and their coat that can withstand 800 degrees. And they wear their hat so nothing falls on their head and they won't get hurt. This is where the firefighters relax and eat their dinner and their supper and their breakfast. They even recycle too. Captain Jack, can you explain to us how, when someone calls in a fire, what the procedure is?
Sure. When there's an alarm sent in, it doesn't come to this fire station. It goes to our answering service, which is Camp Page. They receive the alarm, and in return, they buzz us on the PA and tell us the address and the cause of the fire, if they know, or the situation, or the scene of the fire. But when I first started, it wasn't the same. We had 4 firefighters on duty taking turns. Each had an 8-hour shift, and they would sit by the dispatch. We had a dispatch desk, and they would sit there and wait for the alarm. They would answer all types of alarm, fire alarm, there'd be false alarm. They also had inquiries or just the office phone. They'd be doing that before we changed to Camp 8, which is a more modern way of doing it. It gives us an extra 4 firefighters.
This part of the fire station is where they have their fire prevention classrooms. I'm just waiting for my first class. This is the dispatch area. Whoa, did you hear that? That was the test of the fire alarm. When a real fire happens, this is what the alarm sounds like. I've got this great book on fire prevention I think you'll like. The program is called Learn Not to Burn, and it should be in your classrooms. If it's not, ask your teachers about it. It's got lots of activities that I think you'll like. Storytime Rex's season has come to an end. These 6 shows that we've done sure went by fast, but I had lots of fun doing them. To commemorate the last 6 shows, we decided to show clips of each and every show. Of course, these are the best parts, the ones I like. I think you'll enjoy them. And if you missed the show, don't forget to watch during the summer, because then they'll be showing the repeats. So you wouldn't want to miss Storytime Rex now, would you?
Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. Learning is the key to be free. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex.
Okay, let's see the clips. Here's the little beaver and the echo. That certainly was a good book. The beaver has lots of friends around the pond. And the tips on fire safety? I think that was a very important show. And the raccoon file? It was the best part of each show, and I hope you guys listen carefully. And any Joe Happy Raccoon, you just never know, someday. Coleman's farm was a really good trip. I learned a lot about milking cows. In my family tree, my family was really happy I did this, and I learned a lot about my ancestors.
Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex, he loves the kids.
And the posters that the kids drew for me, they were really good.
Storytime Rex, he believes in you 'cause he cares.
My sister Rhonda gave us some really good cooking tips. She was really funny too. And if I don't become a hockey player, I sure won't be a singer someday. I sure hope all you guys like my family vacation pictures. And those were the best clips from the last 6 shows of Storytime Rex.
Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex, he believes in you 'cause he cares. When you come home from school and you wanna play with Rex, Rex will show you how all the time. Fishing with your dad or cooking with your mom, these things are fun for boys and girls. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex, he says the answer is to love. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex, learning is the key to be free. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex, he says the answer is to love. Storytime Rex, Storytime